Okay, but why? Scratch that. I know why. But why now? Okay, we know that answer too. Marvel is in free fall, and just like with Lucasfilm and the expanded universe, they're going back to the well of popular material and trying to drag up anything that will resonate with fans. First, it was Deadpool and Wolverine, a holdover from Fox. Then, it was Robert Downey Jr. coming back to play Doctor Doom. Now, we have a new Daredevil series. From the very beginning of the trailer, it's obvious that the showrunners are going for a continuation of the Netflix show, despite past claims that this would be an entirely new entity. The Netflix Daredevil series debuted in 2015 in the early days of Marvel Television, when Marvel clearly did not care about their television properties. This lack of concern allowed the showrunners to chart their own path and create a miniature connected streaming universe. Daredevil was critically acclaimed and became a fan favorite overnight. Overall, the show received 3 seasons and was accompanied by several companion series, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and The Punisher, as well as a team-up show, The Defenders. While the next 2 seasons did not live up to the first, all 3 were head and shoulders above anything Marvel has produced in its official streaming series universe, which is an answer to my first question from the beginning of the video. Once Disney formed its own streaming service, Marvel decided to fully incorporate the streaming series into its full cinematic universe and canceled the Netflix shows. Since then, Marvel has released banger after banger after banger and is desperate for something that fans will tune in to watch. The original plan was to create an entirely new continuity for Daredevil using the same actor but charting a new course for the character. We saw some of this new course in She-Hulk, which was less than compelling to fans. After watching the new trailer, it looks like Marvel has decided to do a 180 on all of that. Based on the trailer, it really looks like Marvel is attempting to reconnect with the feel, look, and continuity of the Netflix series. This leads us to a couple of questions. How connected to the Netflix series will this show be? Is this a soft reboot where past experiences are alluded to but never concretely defined, or will it be a direct follow-up? From what I understand, based on comments from people who know comics better than me, the story being told in this show has already been told in the Netflix series. So how will that fact determine how the 2 series are connected? Is this show evidence of Marvel's supposed direction change, or is it all smoke and mirrors aimed at deceiving its audience? And most importantly, will the audience give Marvel the benefit of the doubt it so desperately needs with this show? Only time will tell with any of these questions, but they're definitely worth keeping in mind. Now, setting all of those sort of meta concerns to the side for the time being and looking at the trailer alone, I have to say, it looks good. The trailer opens with Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk sitting in a diner having a cordial though pointed conversation. It looks like this show is really trying to reestablish Fisk as a formidable foe that is intended to be intimidating. This is not going to be easy considering the last several MCU depictions of the character. In his Disney Plus outings so far, he has shown up looking like he just got back from Hawaii, been defeated by Kate Bishop, blubbered like a baby at his past trauma, and been seemingly killed by Echo. Making this guy a legitimate threat going forward is not going to be an easy road to hoe. But, setting all that tertiary stuff aside, he looks good. Originally, the announced plan for the show was to only have Charlie Cox returning from the Netflix series, but throughout the trailer we see several Netflix alums, like Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Woll playing Foggy and Karen, and John Bernthal's Punisher. This grants further credence to the idea that the show will be a continuation of some sort from the original series. All 3 of these actors and their characters are welcome sights in the show. I don't know what the rights issues are, but the more Marvel can connect this show with what came before, the better. The action in the trailer looks great. The fighting is definitely more Netflix series than early Disney Plus. The hits are hard and brutal with some particularly heinous injuries shown throughout. Anything can look good in bits and pieces in a trailer, and we've seen fight choreography in previous shows, so we must take this with a grain of salt. But what we've seen looks good. That opening scene from the trailer looks like a tense conversation with both Matt and Wilson speaking openly about their alter egos. Matt is no longer operating as Daredevil, and Wilson has become the mayor, but Matt is distrustful of Wilson's apparent legitimacy. From there, we descend into a long montage of scenes with fights, romantic relationships, and conflict. The Daredevil suit looks good, moving away from that monstrosity we saw in She-Hulk, even though we do see what I think is the helmet from that suit. So I'm not sure if that bit is canon to the show. At this point, we're not really sure what of what we've seen so far is canon and what isn't. That'll be one of the big things to look out for when the show releases in March. Overall, I think this trailer did what it was intended to do, much as the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer was meant to do. It has conveyed a message that the things I don't like are gone, and the things I do like are here. The trailer does a lot of heavy lifting toward that goal. The bright, goofy, self-deprecating style of much of the MCU streaming shows thus far is gone, and has been replaced by a return to the dark, gritty, violent Marvel shows of yesteryear. Will they deliver on this promise? That's yet to be seen. But the trailer was successful. Consider me intrigued. I'm on board with this. If this show is what it's portraying itself as and is successful, could we possibly see some of the other Netflix characters make a return? John Bernthal's Punisher is in this show. We've heard rumor of his return in future properties, so we're sort of on that path. Could we see Jessica Jones and Luke Cage return? One can hope, though we'll need better execution than we'll receive from these characters in their later seasons. I'm hopeful for Daredevil Born Again. Did you see the trailer? What did you think? Do you think the show will be good? Would you like to see a Defenders revival in the MCU? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching.